Frame of mind, breaking your unhealthy connection with food. Disclaimer. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. The products mentioned on this site are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure or prevent any disease. Note that the contents here are not presented by a medical practitioner, and that any and all health care planning should be made under the guidance of your own medical and health practitioners. The content within only presents an overview based upon research for educational and information purposes and does not replace medical advice from a practicing physician. Further, the information provided as is, and without warranties of any kind either expressed or implied. Under no circumstances, including, but not limited to, negligence, shall the distributor of this information be liable for any special or consequential damages that result from the use of, or the inability to use, the information presented here. Do not follow this advice if you are pregnant or nursing. Break up with food. Get out of that unhealthy relationship. If you want to be free from your unhealthy relationship with food, then stay tuned. What most people don't realize is that they are in a bad relationship with food and it is not helping you. Most people focus on what they eat and working out when they want to lose weight. That's important, but there's something else that needs your attention if you want to lose weight and keep it off. If you don't understand this one thing, your fat loss efforts are almost guaranteed to fail. I'm talking about the mental part of weight loss. You see, food addiction is very much real. When you're addicted to food, it can feel like you're programmed to eat all day long and that you're powerless to stop. Like all addiction, there's a strong psychological component to food addiction. You've got to reprogram your mind to stop overeating. That's what you're going to learn how to do with this video. The most overlooked aspect of losing weight is the mental part. You can't radically transform the way you look without having your head in the right place. You need goals. You need a plan. You need to be energized. You need to be motivated. You need to know how to overcome hunger. You need to know how to break old habits and install new ones. And you need to know how to overcome failure without giving up, because you'll hit roadblocks on this journey. Most people who struggle with their weight have an unhealthy emotional connection to food. That could mean you eat when you're sad or depressed. It could also mean you use food as a reward and eat when you're happy. Research has discovered 2 ways of dealing with weight gain associated with emotional eating by studying people who suffer from having an emotional eating response but do not gain weight. They are: learning to understand internal hunger and satiety cues, breaking eating patterns with exercise. We'll start with learning to understand internal hunger and satiety cues. Dealing with hunger and satiety. Research has discovered that the inability to recognize when you are full is one of the reasons emotional eaters overeat. Emotional eating has been associated with reduced awareness of internal hunger. In part because stress alters one's ability to be aware of these internal cues. Individuals who experienced binge eating episodes engaged in emotional eating because they were unable to suppress their food consumption. Individuals of normal weight who engage in emotional eating have been found to consume less food in response to negative emotions than individuals with overweight or obesity. What this means is that once you start eating, you have trouble knowing when to stop. You continue eating well past the point of satiety or being full. The solution to this is determining the exact portions of food you will eat with each meal ahead of time. For example, do not order a large pizza and keep eating until you feel like stopping. Instead, grab your predetermined portion of pizza, 2 or 3 slices, then put the rest in the refrigerator before you start eating. Not stuffing yourself at every meal will feel odd at first. You'll want to go back for another helping after you've finished off your predetermined portion. Don't give in. It won't take long to realize how much better these controlled portions make you feel. You won't feel like crap after eating and won't need an hour or 2 of rest to digest massive meals. After a while, you start to develop a healthier relationship with food, and the process of eating smaller portions will become automatic. If you liked this video and found some value in, please hit the like button and subscribe. In the next video, we'll talk about breaking eating patterns with exercise in a super fun way.